Hello everyone, welcome back to Lunem at Stellas Tarot. Hope you're all doing really well. We are back at the start of a brand new year, 2024, the year of the dragon. So I've got my beautiful dragon here on my reading table, which as you can see is now a bit bigger than it used to be. I've had an absolutely wonderful end to 2023, very successful end of the year. And I've got big plans for this coming year. So as we go through the reading this evening, some of the themes that are going to come up under this new moon this particular week, I'm going to talk those through as we go through the reading. Some of my goals and some of my aspirations for the year ahead, I will explain as we go through. And hopefully these messages that have resonated for me will also resonate for you as well. It's been a very positive start to the year already for many people. I think there was a lot of muddy water, stuff that was drudged up at the end of last year that needed working through, as is often the way at this time of year. It's a time of introspection during the darker days, the darker months. But spring is on the horizon. We'll begin to see those first shoots coming through towards the end of this month. As we know, the days are slowly starting to get longer now since the equinox, and there is new light in the world. So let's go with that. We've got a new moon on Thursday, the 11th of January, which is in Capricorn. So this evening we're working with the spirit of Mother Mary. She's joined me here on the reading table, and the spirit of Capricorn. So let me just explain a little bit about Capricorn. We're obviously in Capricorn season at the moment. Capricorn is very goal oriented. It's about drive and ambition. And Capricorn really asks us to find a worthy dream and work on that. Okay, so in a lower expression, it can be control and manipulation, which is born out of anxiety. And one of the things I want to bring your attention to at this time, as we go through the reading, you will see there will be a lot of planetary influences at this new moon to do with taking control. There is a lot of ambition in the air at the moment. A lot of goal setting, which is a natural thing that happens at the beginning of the new year. And it's just something to be mindful of, that sometimes that can be conveyed in a way that is controlling or even to the point of manipulation. All right, so that's a lower expression of Capricorn. But overall, we're in Capricorn season, and the planets that are supporting this new moon in Capricorn are very relevant to the Capricorn energy, as we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to take an oracle card, and then I'm going to read tarot for us this evening. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, please leave the rest. Not all messages will be for you, but you will know the ones that are. Okay, so as we go through, I'll explain a little bit about what's happening with the astrology this week. Thank you, Spirit, for coming into this reading for the collective. Please give us the messages that people need to hear. Please give us the messages that people need to hear at this time. Can we have a card from the Oracle, please? The wisdom of the Oracle, please, Spirit. Can we have a card for the collective? Thank you. Okay, what have we got here? Let's see. Here and now. The card of here and now. So what I'll do is I'll read from the book on this one, because they are beautiful messages in this book. So we've got card number 32. Obviously already here and now does indicate that there's this opportunity that can be seized at this time, which is very much in line with the Capricorn energy. It's about being fully present in that moment, living one day at a time. Okay, so everything happens in the now, in the present. We often forget how to be in the now. We're always living either in the past or in the future. We very, very rarely take the time to just stop and think about the present moment. Okay, but that is the moment that really counts. The present moment is the only moment that really counts. Okay, you have what it takes to handle absolutely everything if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. Okay, so there is an awful lot of potential, and this is a really good reminder for all of us because of those energies I've been talking about goal setting, looking to the future, striving ambitiously towards a goal or a dream. It's very easy to begin to live in the future. Okay, so this is a wonderful reminder to all of us to just bear that in mind. Just be mindful of that as we go through this new moon and the month ahead. Okay, what we do in the present moment will influence our future, so it's more important that we set our goals, we have our drive and our ambitions and our opportunities, but that we live in the moment. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say for us as well. That's an excellent start. I'm not taking personal messages for this particular reading. The reason being, I will explain as we go along. So this is just a general reading this evening for the collective, okay? Thank you, Spirit, for that amazing message that started off this evening. Please, can we have a card from the tarot? What is the energy that is coming in towards us under this new moon, please, Spirit? What is the energy coming in towards us under this new moon, please, Spirit? Please, can we have a card for the collective? Thank you. Anything else? Anything else coming in, please, that we need to be aware of? What I'll do is I'll pull some cards and then we'll clarify, as usual. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, that's awesome. Two wonderful cards. Okay, I've got 5 of Swords and I've got Temperance here. So, with the 5 of Swords, this is a card that is... it's indicating to us that there is some conflict. Okay, it can be, I'm feeling intuitively at this time, it's a conflict over its decision making. It's deciding how to act on a particular matter. And what's coming in with the here and now card and that low expression of Capricorn energy is really questioning the decisions you're making and whether they are born out of a place of control and manipulation, or whether you can actually act in a way that reduces conflict. Okay. We have a great emphasis on doing what's right for oneself at the moment, as we know, with the Aries in the North Node. So there is this continuing trend, this continuing pattern to act in accordance to one's own will and for one's greater good, to do what needs to be done for oneself. Okay, so that is a trend that's been working its way through our consciousness now for a few weeks. These cards that are coming out this evening already are really good reminders to us to not get carried away. Okay, think about how your actions could potentially affect other people, where there might be conflict. With the 5 of Swords, sometimes it can be almost a game of an act of playing games. It can be mind games, mind manipulation, that kind of thing. And I can see there's some real contemplation going on for our group at the moment. Certain people within our group, there's some real contemplation around how their actions are going to affect others, trying to make the right decision. There could be some conflict around that and not being quite sure what the best route to take is. Okay, I've also got Temperance here. I love this card because not only is it a major arcana, so you know we've got some very powerful and strong messages coming through with this card, but look at those radiant wings. It's an angelic card of divine guidance and protection. So what you need to understand when this card comes up is that your actions are divinely guided. So even though you may be struggling with this idea of conflict, there's like an inner turmoil within the self at the moment about making the right choices and making the right decisions. What Temperance here is telling you is to just slow down. Again, be in the here and now. Okay, be in the present moment. Don't allow that Capricorn energy of drive and determination to make you rush forward without contemplation. It's a really good time to have a balance between both things, rushing forward with the drive and ambition, but also in a considered manner. Okay, the Temperance is telling you that there is alchemy here. A situation is being transformed. There are really transformational energies within the astrology at the moment. I wasn't going to bring this up until a bit later on, but one of the aspects that we've got at the moment is that Capricorn is conjunct with Pluto, which is Pluto is a very deep diving energy. It is an alchemical energy, it's transformational energy, and that is happening in a massive way this week. I cannot stress that enough. It's all about your calling. It's your true calling in life, and how transformational that energy can be this week. So one of the things I really want to talk to you all about is that goal setting, that calling, that purpose, and how that's going to play out for you this week, right? So at the moment, we've still got some issues with Mercury. We've been seeing this trend throughout the sort of kind of the Christmas period and the end of the year. So there is still a little bit of issue around communication, in particular with regards to unhealthy relationships. We did a lot of letting go. We did a lot of release of those unhealthy relationships at the end of last year. That was a trend that I saw amongst lots of people in our community, and you will remember me talking about that. So we still have that for a couple of days over the next 2 days. This is I'm filming this on Sunday the 7th. So we've got a couple of days, but from the 9th and the 10th, those are the 2 dream days where all these positive energies really start to come about. Okay, so I want you to bear that in mind. The next couple of days, you might actually with Mercury as well, you might have some issues, some confusion around plans to do with travel. If that is a problem for you in the next day or two, just let that go. Know that those issues are going to be ironed out. That energy will not be as present towards mid to the end of this week. This new exciting positive energy that is coming in with the new moon is going to take over in a big way. All right. Okay, let's carry on and see what else is happening. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Card of Perseverance coming through there. What else does the collective need to know during this week, please? What else does the collective need to know during this week, please? Okay, intuitively what I'm being given at the moment is this feeling for many of us. It's like a sigh. It's, oh, I made it. Okay, that's what I'm being given. I made it. I made it through the end of that year, through that really, really deep, tense and dense energy at the end of last year. I made it through. We're feeling a little bit bruised. We're also feeling this burgeoning sense of excitement, positivity about what's coming up for us over the next 12 months. You know, New Year is a funny time for a lot of people. I very rarely feel that New Year spirit, but for a lot of people, it's a fresh start. What happens for me is that comes a few days later. And that really happened for me. When was it? It was more around, it was the end of last week, Wednesday. It was midweek last week when I really started to feel that excitement over the coming year. And I think that's because there was a lot to take stock of what happened in 2023. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way. It's that sigh of relief. Oh, I made it through the year, you know, and it's really only now that we're starting to get that feeling of excitement coming through with this new moon. Okay, what else, please, Spirit? What else is coming up for the collective? Thank you. Okay, thank you. I love this. I love what's just come out. Okay, there are some really common themes here. The Hierophant has just come out. So the Hierophant is very much about our spiritual connection to ourselves. It's all about higher learning, and it's about the commitment to higher learning. It can also mean other types of commitment as well, like contracts, careers, marriage, anything that requires something to be done by the book in a traditional sort of way. Okay, and you see the star up there. This is a wonderful card. The Hierophant here is, I'm putting this down with Temperance because they're both major arcana. They're both divinely guided cards. And I was talking at the beginning about your calling, right? There is no greater time than this week to really think about what your calling is. As Capricorn asks us to do, find a dream, find a worthy dream and work on that. Okay, so what we've got with this new moon, we've got Mars has entered Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces and trine Jupiter. Uranus is also in Taurus with the Sun. Now that sounds like a lot, and it is. There's a lot going on. But what essentially that breaks down as is we have two of the big outer planets that are kind of working as a team. They are supporting all of the energy that's happening at the moment. So we've got Mars. Mars is a planet of vitality, drive, stamina. It's that seek and conquer kind of energy. And then you've got Jupiter. Jupiter is a benefic planet. Okay, so it opens doors, it brings it helps the wheel of fortune turn in our favor, it expands, it magnifies. So when you put those two things together and you partner that with Capricorn, when it comes to your true calling in life, okay, this is the week where there is that extra sparkle. There's a sparkle in the air, there's luck, opportunity, but also there's a calling here with the Hierophant to really recognize what it is that your soul is calling you to do. Okay, it's a realization by the human parts of ourselves. It's like the soul has always known what that calling is, and this is the week when we finally catch up. with all our, you know, our human ways. We finally realize, we finally catch up, and we know that what our soul is calling us to do is what we must do. Okay, so that is going to happen for a lot of people. This is a really positive reading, as you can tell. I do feel like, you know, all those energies have really shifted from the end of the year, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying being able to bring these positive messages to you this week, and I felt so inspired to do it. Okay, so what I want you to do this week is to upgrade your energy. Okay, however you want to go about doing that, whether it's meditation, whether it's being around different kind of people that are good for your soul, people that make you happy, people that make you feel creative, whether it's journaling, whether you want to create a mood board, whatever works for you. This is the time. Do you remember at the end of last month I said the last new moon in Sagittarius was all about challenging what we believe to be the truth and replanning. So not having your plans set in stone, but challenging those ideas and those goals, and actually having the courage to change the plan. Okay, that was at the end of last year. Now is the time for us to suddenly just realize what that plan is, and to put ourselves in a place of being what I'm being given is being around to accept the opportunities. Okay, so you can't afford to miss the opportunities that are going to come your way as a result of that replanning at the end of last year. Okay, so what I want you to do is not get distracted by unhealthy relationships or anything that is asking too much of you right now. The other thing that comes along with this Nine of Wands is that feeling of burden. Okay, because obviously the Nine of Wands comes before the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is about putting down a burden, something that you've been carrying with you that has caused extra work for you. If there is something in your life right now that is asking too much of you, this is a really good time to put that to one side, because what will happen is if you are distracted, you are going to miss the opportunity to take advantage of the energy this week. Okay, you have got to put yourself in a position where you are available to the energy that is coming in towards you. Okay, and I hope that resonates with you. So just to give you an example, something that I am doing, I am actually putting myself in a place of some discomfort, and I have joined TikTok. I have resisted for a very long time. I have joined TikTok. I have no idea how to use it, but I am putting myself in a position where I am available to the opportunities that are coming into me. I am going to harness that calling, that energy, that drive, that ambition with all the planets at work, and I'm going to see what happens. Okay, so I'm very uncomfortable with promoting myself. I don't really have a social media presence. Actually, not at all. I've got a YouTube channel and I haven't posted on it publicly for a couple of years, so I may now start doing that. So that's an example. Okay, that's an example of putting yourself in a position where you can take advantage of these opportunities that are coming in. All right, my lovelies. Okay, so let's just take another couple of cards quickly. Thank you, Spirit. What must we focus on this week? What must we focus on this week, please, Spirit? Anything for the collective? What must we focus on this week, please, Spirit? Thank you. What must we focus on, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, lovely. Right. Okay. It's interesting to me because I was looking at this card earlier, actually, and I went back to read the explanation in the book. This is the card of the well. This is a creative card. It's that deep well of creation. And this card is asking you to look into the depths, to find, again, it's about that calling. It's looking into the dark depths of the well, which seem like it's like the idea of immortality and the immortal dream. Okay, I've also got a devil card here, and the devil card is really anything that holds you back in life. So it's asking you to examine that as well. I keep saying about not being distracted by lower energies, and that is really, really true. So I really want us to focus on not being distracted by lower energies this week. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. It's about having your wishes and your dreams come true. And yes, that is very much in line with this energy that we're talking about this week. However, with the Nine of Cups also, it's again not being distracted by stuff, by the material plane. When we talk about the three-dimensional energies of the material plane, of the physical world, it really embodies everything that holds us back as humans. It can be a desire for things, materialism, a desire for things that only temporarily make us happy. It's not really about emotional fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. The chap in the Nine of Cups, look, he's pretty smug, he's content, he's well dressed, he's very well fed, he's got his cups there. You know, he's living a great life. He's got his wish, he's got his heart's desire there, but it doesn't really talk about emotional fulfillment. He's on his own. Okay, so it can be quite a lonely place to be when you've got everything, but there's still something missing. He hasn't got his 10th cup. Okay, and that's just something to remember this week. There is still a lot of soul searching to do. Let's not forget, we are still in the darker part of the year. There is a lot of introspection still to be done. Okay, we're not quite in spring yet, although yeah, I would like to think that there is. There are good times coming. It's a really good time to socialise this week as well. So I feel that a lot of you will be getting invitations to go and do things with friends and family, lots of social engagements. It's a really good time for that. Okay, what are the obstacles for us this week, please, Spirit? What are the obstacles for us this week? What are the obstacles for us this week, please, Spirit, in the collective? What are the obstacles for us this week? Thank you, Spirit. What are the obstacles for us this week? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Right, I've got the Two of Cups and I've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. Again, this is that anxiety, any pressure of anything that is asking too much of us right now with regards to soulmate connections, unhealthy relationships. You know, just because we might have a soulmate connection with somebody, it doesn't mean that it's healthy. It means that we might have a karmic link with that person. They are often relationships that induce emotion and love, okay, not necessarily romantic, you know, it could be a family member or a friend, but there is emotion involved there with this person. And it's just the obstacle here is really not allowing that to hold you back, not holding that anxiety. There's this idea of a repetitive thought pattern, a repetitive cycle with the same person that just seems to go on and on and on, and just when you think you've come to the end, it goes round again. All right, that is an obstacle for many of us this week, is to let that go, to not obsess over it. You're not going to be able to let it go completely, as in, I'm not saying the energies are telling us at this time to cut people out or anything of that nature. What I'm saying is to try and break that cycle of being anxious and paranoid about it. Okay, so that is the obstacle for us this week. All right, lovely Spirit, thank you for those messages. Amazing times. Anything we need to end with, please? We are nearly at 30 minutes. Anything we need to end with, please, Spirit, for this week? Something for the collective, please. Anything we need to end with, please? Thank you. Okay, final card. Four of Swords. Yeah, again, this is taking a break. This is taking a rest from tricky situations and conversations. Okay, so you can see the lotus flower here at the bottom. She's looking very very introspective. She's looking like she's considering. She's deep in thought. Her sword is pointing down. She doesn't want to fight. She's not in a place to do battle at this time. She's taking a retreat. She's taking a step back. Okay, so that's the final message coming through from Spirit. If you want to seize this incredible opportunity for creative thought, and the other thing I just want to point out is with this Capricorn energy, it's revolutionary. Okay, it's the energy of, I hadn't thought of doing it like that. It's inspiration, innovation, creativity, all to do with your goals. The goals that you have already put in place, you are going to see renewed vigor and vitality with those goals this week. It's innovative. If something approaches you, or somebody approaches you with a different way of doing things this week, I would absolutely encourage you to consider their way of doing it. Consider a new way of doing things. It's that buzz and excitement of, oh, I've got it. I know how to do this now. And drive forward with that spirit of Capricorn. Capricorn can lead. It can be a leader without controlling. Okay. And what I'm seeing in the cards tonight is still a very solitary energy of harnessing that deep contemplation over possible conflict and making the right decision and leading the way with this higher guidance, this divine guidance, because we are talking about your calling in life here. Okay, and I know this is news that a lot of you have been waiting for, so I'm really happy to deliver it to you this evening. It's been an absolute joy. As always, feel free to book with me for a private reading. My prices are remaining as they were at the end of last year. So if anybody would like to book, please get in touch. But for now, I will send my love with you. Take care.